Greetings and welcome to the Contracting Guy. Take my glasses off. Greetings and welcome to the Contracting Guy. I am the Contracting Guy. And today I want to share with you a cautionary tale. This cautionary tale is something I had heard a while back, probably pretty close to me, but names will be protected for the innocent and guilty. So this is a cautionary tale. It really deals with government. It's sort of more like intergovernmental things. As the Contracting Guy, I talk about a variety of things that I've heard and seen and done, whatever it might be. And this one is kind of the cautionary tale of, I'm going to do it my way. Have you ever heard of anybody saying, I'm going to do it my way? I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do it my way. Well, this is a story of a contracting officer who once said, I'm going to do it my way. Now, the challenge becomes, okay, well, you can do it your way if you want to do it the stupid way. But, okay, you're going to do it your way. And this starts out with this. Somebody, an end user, comes in with a requirement. In this case here, it was a chair. And it was a chair that's used in taking blood, a phlebotomy chair, as they called it. Not just a regular chair, a phlebotomy chair. Has specific purposes and design. All right. Well. So the contracting officer listens to their sob story about what what they need and how they're going to use it, and maybe even not even listen. And then suddenly say, well, okay, I got a solution. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go on, we're going to go on GSA and we're going to find it and we're going to buy it. Well, GSA doesn't have it, but they do have a phlebotomy chair. They just don't have the chair that was presented during the market research that was presented by the individual. So they're looking at this, look at the market research, and say, well, I got to buy off a GSA. They have a VA federal supply schedule, so I got to buy it. So they buy it. And the item comes in. And since I have to buy it my way, because I know better and I've got a warrant to prove it, and I've gone to school and I've done this, I've done that, I've done everything, and you don't know diddly, I must be superior in knowledge on everything that has to deal with procurement. Ha! Well, the reality was, not so much. Because the product finally came in, and the product was taken over to the location where they would use it, and the product did not work. Not at all. And sadly, we couldn't return it because there were some modifications to the product that were ordered that we couldn't return it. We're talking about it, let's say, I don't know, $8,000 chair. Couldn't return it. And yet, you got it. So the end user came back and thanked profusely the contracting officer for making such a poor buy. Okay, thanking may be a little overstatement. They were ticked because that was money that they had that were allocated for that chair that they wanted, and you went ahead and bought the wrong thing because you knew better, because you're the contracting officer, because you got the warrant, because you somehow think that you know everything, when in fact, you don't. If the acquisition person or the contracting officer would have used their team and actually used some intellectual horsepower on this, they would have recognized that a couple of things. One, if the guy's asking for a particular thing, there's got to be a reason why. Perhaps they should have did a site visit, saying, okay, well, explain to me why this is important. Oh, you might have seen that maybe there was a space limitation that indicated all of the GSA products that were out there were not useful. They didn't work. This one did. It just happened not to be on GSA, but it had a pretty decent price. So you needed a particular item to go in a particular location, and that's why. Unfortunately, if you're sitting back at your desk and thinking you can solve world hunger by sitting behind your desk and going, hey, look at this, I figured it out. And that's fine until the result shows up on your doorstep and saying, no, you didn't. You screwed up. And not only you screwed up, but you now spent money where it shouldn't have been spent because you thought better, because I know what I'm doing. And you didn't. So here's the cautionary tale is this. If you are buying something for someone else, you need to be in line with their thinking. You need to know exactly what they're looking at and why they exactly need it so that you can craft the requirements that solves their problem. For me, I would think those things are important. You need to get in the mind of the end user to ensure that whatever you buy with their need in mind, not your satisfaction because you have a warrant. Now, having experienced those types of things and having experienced the contracting officer that goes, I know things, I do things, it's critical that you stand up for yourself and say, no, you don't. Elevate it to their boss and say, no, they don't. They're going to do something stupid and I'm going to have to pay for it. I don't want that. So this may not necessarily be helpful to any PTACs or any sellers, but it is something internal to the government that you ought to pay attention to, because if an end user doesn't articulate clearly and emphatically why something has to be a certain way, rest assured that contracting officer is going to screw it up and you're going to have to deal with it. What do you think of them apples? Huh? This is the contracting guy. I'm out. Contracting Guy here. Thank you for watching the video and thank you for being part of the Contracting Guy family. If you would support the channel by like, subscribe, and share with others, that would be wonderful. This is the Contracting Guy. I'm out.